we try not to give you too much bullshit or too much spin.
Personal.
It's not your views. Now, the next question we usually get asked by people, be it on the phone or face-to-face, is, well, what qualifies us guys here tonight to talk about this stuff? Because we're going to be talking about the law. But what qualifies us primarily is the fact that we can read and we can write and we're conscious. Okay? Now, even if you can't read or write, that won't determine you not being able to learn what we have to teach you tonight. Our primary role in coming here tonight is that as people, to talk to people and to educate people as best we can. And that's it. Is everybody clear about that? Yeah. Okay. Right, what we're going to show you tonight, we're here to teach you and show you the law, and the law specifically in relation to the household charge and the property tax, and why and how these things are a scam perpetrated by the public government, as we call them, the state, the revenue. What they've done to you, how they've scammed you, why they've done it, and how we're going to stop them. Is that clear?
Yeah.
You know why you hear that?
Yeah, you better come up and it goes down.
I know. Okay. We'll start by having a look at what's on the board. So don't worry, we're not too worried if you can read that or not. We'll tell you as best we can what the story is about. But myself and the lads here tonight, and there's a couple missing, we run a thing called the School of Commonology in Portlaoise. And what we primarily work on is educating people about the law when it comes to commercial issues, financial issues, and banking issues, and even if you're being pursued to some extent by the council or by the state or by revenue, so on and so forth. And sometimes we sort of give a bit of direction in criminal issues as well, but we try not to go near that too much. So, in the School of Commonology last October, we had a man, and what we normally do in the school is we ask people when we start the school to come forward, and there's usually 2 or 3 people that will come forward and tell us what their problems are, be it quietly or publicly. And we put those problems on the table for the class to try and find a solution for. And generally, but actually every time we've had a problem, we've been able to sort it out, be it sometimes it's a credit card problem, sometimes it's a parking fine problem, sometimes, as in this case, there was a man that came forward, which is Peter Anthony Keegan, and he said he was the first man in the country that was being prosecuted for non-declaration of the household charge. So he said to us, lads, I've got this problem, I'm being prosecuted for non-declaration of the household charge, can you help me? And we said, well actually we can't help you, but we can show you how to help yourself, which is what it's about. We're not here to sort of say, well, we're going to do this for you, but we'll give you a starting point and a few considerations around that, and then we'll set you off to see how you go, and then we'll assess how it goes. So what we did was we put the problem that he had in front of the class, and after 2 weeks we found that the class didn't come up with a solution, but we'd actually found a defence for him against being prosecuted in the court. The court case was to take place then later that month, or on the 4th of October, in Westport District Court. Now from that day to this, and we found the solution, we found a defence for him, a legal, lawful defence. They have not been able to prosecute him. Okay? So that kind of leads us to where we are today, but there's a story in between. Now I want to ask you a question. At the time we were looking at this, we made an assumption that the man was being prosecuted under a civil charge. Now there's a difference, there's a civil charge and there's a criminal charge. Okay? We assumed at the time that he was being prosecuted civilly. Okay? Now laterally we found out that it wasn't a civil issue, it was a criminal matter. Okay? Now, does that not sort of ring alarm bells with anybody?
Yeah.
Okay. So we found out, now this isn't, we didn't find out because we asked the questions, we found out by mistake this is the one thing that we did find out, that they didn't want us to know, but he is not being charged as a civil matter, he's being charged as a criminal for not making a declaration. Do you not find that extraordinary?
Yeah.
Okay.
May I ask, who actually made the decision